Welcome to the Dogs Podcast with your hosts, Blake Reneker, Justin Charles, and Josh All.
Hey, what's up, Dawg Pack? Welcome back to another Dawg Pack Discord episode. Live here in the Discord, Josh All, Kenny Mac, Justin Charles is joining us today.
Ho, ho, ho.
Ho, ho, ho. We've got the Steelers preview game or preview show, I should say, and we're going to have somewhat of a Christmas party here today. It's going to get a little bit loose, a little bit fun. Christmas couple days. Browns suck anyways. Who cares, right? So let's just have a good time. Kenny came up with a good game for us to play in this one. So that'll be cool. It's Browns Moments Christmas Present Edition. So we'll get you guys to participate in some of that as well. Justin, I don't know, did you get a chance to read over the prompts for that?
Well, Joshua, I am reading over the prompts for that as we speak, my friend.
Okay, studying right before the test. Got it. Okay.
Got it. That's how I do it. Let me see your answers real quick, brother.
Yeah. I was a Viking there too, buddy. That's what I like doing.
Jesus.
Oh, all right. Well, if you guys are listening to this after the fact, again, if you want to be part of these Discord live episodes moving forward into the future, join thedogs.com, become an official Dawg Pack member on the Patreon page, sync up with the Discord, hang out with these fine diehard Browns fans that you see down here in the audience, plus a ton more that are in the Discord every day having 24/7 conversations about this craptastic team that we root for. But we are going to be doing so much content after the season is over in the Discord, here on the live episodes once a week, talking about the draft. We've got 2 first-round picks. We're going to have free agency, probably a head coaching search. There's a lot of stuff to talk about. So get in there now, hang out with us, jointhedogs.com. Okay, this is very similar to last week, guys. Justin, you weren't here, but Kenny knows I didn't prepare any notes for last week's game because I thought the Bills were just going to roll us anyway. Didn't really matter. This week's a little different. I still didn't prepare any notes because, again, we're 3-12. But Steelers, how are you guys feeling about this game looking at it? I know we're doing the show early this week because of Christmas and everything, but, you know, we got the Steelers coming into Cleveland on Sunday. Thoughts? Kenny, why don't you go first, and then we'll swing it over to Justin.
Oh, yeah. Here's the wild one, guys. We're facing a team that had a receiver punch another fan, and he is not playing. Yeah. And I don't know if you guys remember the last game that we played them, but he had 4 receptions for 95 yards and a touchdown. And that's something that we don't have to worry about. So, I mean, if you're going to take a look at this game and we don't let their big tight end, whose name escapes me, rumble for a 60-yard run. Say that again?
Darnell Washington,
thank you. But I mean, you're looking at like Calvin Austin, who's injured as well. I don't think he may be 50-50 chance that he plays. Then when you're looking at that, who are we going to be defending for receivers? You're going to have to sell out and stop the run. And this is a game where the Browns have to bloody their nose. I don't care who's in there at defensive tackle and how you played the previous season. It's the freaking Steelers are in town, and you got to beat them when they hand you when DK Metcalf hands you a gift like this, a suspension, and he's not playing. That's a universal turn in the right way for us to dominate this game with our defense and the way that they played. You know, but we can't see what we saw in the first half. Like, you guys, the first half, like, I was so pissed when I saw, what's his face, Cook run for 60 yards on like 4 carries or 5 carries or whatever it was. And do what you have to, like, do run stunts, run blitzes, whatever you have to do. And the other thing that I really want to see this week, just move Miles around a little bit. Play around with it. Because what the Bills did last week, and it was like so glaringly obvious. They said, here's Miles, we're going to play the other way, which should have gave us an advantage. We should have known that the ball was either going to be run by Cook, off tackle, sweep, or to the flats. That's all they did. You know, they might have run a receiver up on a corner route a little bit into the high flats for the 10-yard mark. But, man, like, make some adjustments, do something. But that's where I feel with the Steelers right now. They had a huge win over the Lions too. So we'll see how that affects the game. But I mean, they seem a little beat up. I mean, Herbrig's not playing. He had a huge game against us last week. I believe he's out. And I guess it might be too early to tell who's in and who's out at this point, based on it being a Tuesday. But I think there's some definite things that we can take advantage of because, we got Shador in there, and if he's cool, calm, and got some time, he can make some things happen.
Yeah, Colton says here, I didn't have a chance to check the injury report. Well, I don't think there's been one yet. This is only Tuesday. The first injury report comes out tomorrow on Wednesday, typically during the week. So I think we're just ahead of it this week, obviously with the holiday and everything. But TJ Watt had the surgery for the collapsed lung a couple weeks ago. He's missed 2 games, I believe, in a row. So I don't think he's playing this week either. So they might be missing Metcalf, and TJ Watt is kind of like their 2 big absentees in this game. Justin, thoughts on the Steelers?
Yeah, I am with you, Kenny. I agree. DK Metcalf punching a fan, major Christmas gift. Huge Christmas gift for, us as a Cleveland Browns fan base. To touch on what you're saying about pass catchers, I 100% agree with you. You have to sell out to stop Jaylen Warren, and especially this guy, Kenneth Gainwell, man. He has become a major problem for defenses coming out of the backfield, not only as a runner, but also as a pass catcher. He's probably by far their best weapon right now on offense. And obviously it's huge to not have to deal with Metcalf, especially considering, Ward may or may not be out this game. But I think that you have to sell out to stop the run and especially contain Kenneth Gainwell. Kenneth Gainwell is becoming a huge problem right now.
I'm with you, dude. So I was just looking back at what they did against the Lions the other night. I mean, they put up 230 rushing yards against the Detroit Lions. Okay.
Yes.
Jaylen Warren, 143 and 2 touchdowns himself. And then, like you said, Gainwell was 9 for 50. They're running Jonnu Smith. Like, if the Browns lose this game, if the Steelers come in here and beat us, it's going to be because we couldn't stop Jaylen Warren and Kenneth Gainwell. And I see some people in the chat talking. Colton says an Adam Thielen breakout game. I mean, he had 4 catches for 50 yards against the Lions. Like, he's a capable veteran wide receiver. And obviously, if we're going to just leave guys open, we're susceptible to that kind of stuff. It's not going to be a walk in the park type of thing for the Browns just because they're missing a couple guys, in my opinion.
Oh, definitely not. And they want it. They're hungry. They have something to play for right now.
Well, they do.
They have everything.
They do, but do they? Because I saw a thing where the Browns are kind of, this is an interesting situation. And I did put some polls out there on social media today. It's very 50-50 split between fans wanting the Browns to beat the Steelers and or the Bengals in these last 2 games, and fans then also at the same time wanting the team to just lose out to get a top 2 pick. Because if we lose out, we're guaranteed a top 2 pick right now. So
who are you losing out for? Like, I mean, I think we can get Tate. I think we can get Tate below that. If
you think you want either Mendoza or more at a quarterback, or you could trade that 2 pick down like they did and go to 4 or 5 or whatever with a team that wants one of those quarterbacks and get more capital. Either way, the 2 pick is a great asset to have. We can get into that here in a little bit, but the Ravens are playing, I believe, Saturday night, I think. So if they lose, I believe Pittsburgh wraps up the division right then and there. So okay. They might not have as much to play for on Sunday at 1:00 as they do right now.
Correct. Okay.
So we'll see. And of course, we're kind of not mentioning his name, but Aaron Rodgers is their quarterback. He's old. He's 41, 42 years old. Still a very capable quarterback. He just dropped 260 and 1 against the Lions. He's had some games with multiple touchdowns this year. I forget what his stats were the first time he played us, but we're obviously, Denzel Ward seems to think he's playing this week, which that would be a huge boost to our defense, at least in that 100%. Secondary, because Miles Harden and whoever else is filling in for him is just not getting it done.
No, having Denzel is obviously going to be paramount for us to win. Just the defense in general, with the Pro Bowlers that we do have, and they're mostly on the defensive side. definitely going to make a difference, but it's got to be that run game, and they're going to run us right up the middle. And you know, when we play the Steelers every single year, they do the same thing. It's just run up the middle, short pass to the flats, run up the middle. They do the same thing over and over, and you just got to beat it.
Okay, so the first time we played the Steelers, we held them to just 100 yards rushing as a team. Jalen Warren had 52, Gainwell only had 22, so we did okay there, but our run defense is significantly worse now than it was earlier in the season. On the flip side of things, I'll let Justin do this first and then Kenny, because I know Kenny's going to have a lot to say here about this. Justin, what did you think about Rocket Sanders filling in for Quinshon Judkins the other day?
Oh, I thought it was nice, man, especially considering we were completely depleted. You know what I mean? At that position, not to give away, some ideas for fantasy football players that are going to be in championship matchups this week, but I see Sanders potentially being the lead back going into this week, especially if Sampson can't get back healthy. We're very, very depleted. So I thought he looked good though, man. For a guy that's a practice squad guy that gets called up into a starting role on basically becomes a half spot start, I thought he looked great.
I did too. Kenny, go ahead. I know you've been pounding that table for Rocket all season.
Yeah, Justin, I don't know if you know this, but I've been asking for about like 5 weeks to get this guy just some carries. The reason is because I wanted to get the defense is worn down so Junkins can kind of attack, kind of like the Kareem Hunt, Nick Chubb, or vice versa. Whoever went out first, and then the other guy could get a couple solid runs. The guy's like 230 pounds, and I just didn't understand, based on what he put on tape on the preseason, why he wasn't out there. The only thing that I can think of, if you watch the game, he wasn't on very many pass downs. They had Trevian Williams, I believe, on most of the pass downs. Now, he's a great pass catcher, number one, but he must be a way better pass blocker too. And I think that's the reason why he may have not got a lot of carries. But you can see him. He looked like he hit the hole better than Quinshon, actually. The running game presented itself better when he was in the game. And I think he's just, because he's head down, he did still have to break a ton of tackles to get what he got. But I don't know if you guys can see the comparison, but he kind of reminded me like a combination of, like, you remember Alfred Morris? Like that big back out of Washington.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And he kind of reminded me a little bit of Jamal Lewis, but only in the years that he was with the Browns. Like he didn't have the explosion that Lewis had with the Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, Trevion Williams, I would hope he's a little better at pass protection. He's like a 7-year veteran in this league, for people who didn't know. He was with the Bengals forever. They just kept re-signing him and keeping him around and around because, I just don't think he's got the skill set to warrant being on the field, ahead of a lot of starting type of running backs in the league. But if you got a need and you got to fill in, he's very capable, and he showed that the other day. The first time we played the Steelers, they held us to 65 yards rushing. Like, it was rough, and I got a feeling they're going to try to do a lot of the similar stuff where take away our running game, especially since, like you said, Justin, we're depleted. We might not have Dylan Sampson either. We definitely don't have Q. And just take away the run game. That's what they did to Dylan Gabriel. They said, you beat us. Make Dylan Gabriel. He threw the ball 52 freaking times for 220 yards. And that's a game where
8 times in that game, correct?
Sacked what?
Or no,
6.
He dropped back like 58 times.
58 because he was sacked 6 times. Yes. Yep.
Yeah. Unreal.
They're going to come after him.
I like what they're doing with Corley too. He's in a run game. He's in the pass game. They mix it up a little bit. I think they're looking at like 10 touches for that guy. That could be something that could mix up well for us against the Steelers also. And so get all those guys in. They seem hungry. They're doing something.
Yeah, for sure. I think you're going to see, Jerry Jeudy and Cedric Tillman combined for their, typical 2 catches for a couple yards, and that's about it. Probably do something real stupid in this game that's going to piss everybody off. And then you're going to have Harold Fannin be your leading receiver again because he's just the best player on our offense. And after that, it's, UDFA practice squad guys. Thank you, Andrew Berry, for the gift that keeps on giving this season on the offense. But do you guys have any other thoughts about this game before we get some people up here on stage?
Did you guys hear anything about David Njoku today? Because I'm a little bit behind on today's news.
No, I haven't heard any updates, but I mean, he's missed a couple games now with the knee. We're not playing for anything. He's got the contract. He's not under contract after this season. So what's he really have to play for? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. If I'm David Njoku, I'm making sure my knee is healthy when I enter free agency.
Agreed.
But we'll see. I have a feeling we've seen the last of Wyatt Teller, Jack Conklin, and David Njoku for the Browns. That's kind of my gut feeling. This episode is sponsored by ButcherBox. Browns fans, are you struggling with figuring out the right Christmas gifts for people this holiday season? How about a special gift package of the finest meats from ButcherBox? Not only does ButcherBox offer delicious meat and seafood products, but with a monthly subscription, you can give people the gift that literally keeps on giving throughout the year. Right now, new ButcherBox members will receive your choice between free New York strip, ribeye, or filet mignon in every box for a year. Plus, you get $20 off when you use our promo code DAWGS, DAWGS, at checkout. Just head over to butcherbox.com and choose your box and delivery frequency. With the custom classic box, you get exactly what you and your family love. Choose from over 80 products, including meat and seafood. Plus, you can manage your entire subscription online and change your box type, product selections, frequency, or delivery date anytime. Plus, you can pause or cancel your subscription at any time. Shipping is always free, and they deliver to your door on your schedule, and you can cancel, like I said, any time. Every meal is easier when your freezer is stocked with high quality meat and seafood from ButcherBox. That's butcherbox.com. New ButcherBox members will receive, like I said, your choice between free New York strip, ribeye, or filet mignon in every single box for a whole year, plus $20 off when you use promo code DAWGS at checkout. Make sure you guys use our promo link down in the description and use promo code DAWGS when you check out. All right, well, audience, if you guys, anybody wants to get up here and chat for a little bit, ask a question or two, whatever you guys want to do, get your hands up. We've got this Christmas game. Maybe we'll kick it off with the first person who comes up here. Maybe we'll do like a going once, going twice here on hands. If nobody wants to come up, we'll just kick off our little game and get you guys some inspiration going here. Oh, Stacy. Okay, let's see. We'll get Stacy up here. Hey, Stacy, how's it going?
I'm always down for a Christmas game.
Okay. It's not a drinking game, but you could turn it into one if you want to. Just make up your own rules. It's no big deal.
Okay.
So the first category here is called regiftable. Okay, so everybody paying attention here. It's called regiftable. It's a player, a moment, or a play that looked good at first, but you're ready to move on from it as soon as possible. I'll give you a second to think about that. Regiftable. Is there an answer to this? No, it's your opinion. Your opinion.
Answer.
So, a player this year, a moment, a play that looked good at first, but now you're ready to move on from it as soon as possible.
Okay, I think I'm going to have to go with the Wildcat on that one.
Oh, I like that. I like that.
Nice.
Okay, I'm going to write that down.
Nice.
This is why I love you guys.
I thought about that.
The Wildcat.
Although I will say I was shocked when Shador had to go out with his finger and Dylan came in for a second. There's your chance to run your Wildcat, and that's the one time that they decide not to do it.
Right? And then
it didn't really
what
make
happens?
a lot of sense to me.
He gets sacked.
Like, why even give Dylan Gabriel the chance to throw? Just I don't know. Because Quinshon wasn't hurt at that time, am I right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it was first half. Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, so there you go. There was your chance to do it. And the one chance that I wish they did, they didn't.
That is awesome.
I may be wrong in how I'm addressing this game, but I'm going to go for regiftable as a concept.
Okay.
And the idea is very young, promising, like fun player to watch. Practice squad gauge everything returning punts. That will something that it sounded exciting and it sounded like, well, hey, we've been looking for an answer, but then we got a little idea of it and then we were like, we're not quite at the answer yet.
I like that.
Yeah, I do like Gage though.
Great one, man.
I do like Gage, the player though. I think that as a young player, I like the guy.
Cool. Kenny, do you want to go ahead and give yours real quick?
Yeah, my regiftable is I'm Kevin Stefanski though. It's Dylan Gabriel, man, that guy, he might have looked great on paper, but the more you watch it, the more you realize that you got to be ready to move on, man, because the post-draft analysis, they kind of nailed it. I looked up ESPN, what they said about him, and while Stefanski's like typically had success with Case Keenum and like Kirk Cousins, I mean, if you watch this guy, like while he technically fits the mold, he just can't get it done, man. The problem is Shedeur can do it too, from what we can see, and he looks way better, right? I don't know if you would agree with this. I think maybe Will Heller could have done it just as good. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
And like if you take a look, like when I looked this up originally, and this is what I saw a 6-year starter in college. He's played 63 career games. He tied actually Case Keenum, and he nearly threw for about 20,000 yards. And I looked at that. I said, "Oh, that's freaking awesome." But the downfall of that is we drafted this guy at number 3, and he was a 217th prospect just from ESPN, and he was around the same with everybody else in that same thing, and it's exactly what the article said. It basically said he struggles to see the field, limited arm strength, throws no, that's me. I put throws hospital balls. You saw that in the one game that he came in, right? And then he took a sack on Saturday or Sunday, right? Mm-hmm. So I really want to go to Costco, get right in line, give my little Dylan Gabriel doll back, and I'm getting Xavier Watts, man. That guy's got a defined role. His physical traits translate over. We could have really used him, man. And you can tell because he gets lots of snaps. The coaches trust him. The snaps are meaningful. Like he plays most of the game.
Yeah.
And he's got a positive impact. And I just don't see Dylan with a positive impact. So first glance for Stefanski, he might have looked good, and you think he was getting Case Keenum. And we had that narrative where they were drafting their backup quarterback, and just didn't work out. So, man, I'm sending it back. Costco, give me my money back.
That's a good one, man. That is
also
hilarious.
Question for when we drafted Dylan Gabriel, wasn't that Tesla, the receiver, what's his name, Isaiah Tesla or something? Wasn't he like shortly after selected?
I think he was already
available.
on.
Yeah,
that's what I thought. Yeah, he seems like he's doing decent this year. Yeah. I mean, nothing great, but he's at least like a number 3 or 2.
Yeah, and he's definitely got a ceiling to grow into. And I'm with Kenny. Like, I would have loved to have Xavier Watts. Imagine having like another answer at that safety position rather than another quarterback that's just sitting on the bench. We're probably gonna have to package him in a trade for a late round pick swap, all that lovely crap that Andrew Berry likes to do. My regiftable, real quick, Cam Robinson trade. When that first happened, I thought, oh, man, we lost DeJuan Jones, but Andrew Berry went out and got another starting caliber left tackle. This is going to be okay. It's not perfect, but he's serviceable. No, he's not. He's absolutely terrible. That was a terrible gift, and I would re-gift that to anybody willing to take it for a bag of chips. Like, just get him out of here. That was such a bad trade, the way it's worked out on the field. Stacy, are you ready for the second category?
Hit me.
Okay, everybody in the audience, make sure you guys are writing down your stuff, because whoever comes up next, we're going to go through yours a little bit more rapid fire. Stocking stuffer. So this is a value player, moment or play. Small impact, low expectations, but it quietly worked out and did its job.
That's a tough one, I think.
Do you want Kenny to go first?
Yeah, Kenny, go ahead.
Okay.
My stocking stuffer, guys, and this is going to age really well. It's actually better probably than a stocking stuffer. Our second round draft picks, guys, freaking nailed them. They're both in the Pro Bowl. They're alternates, but who cares? There's a 15 to 20% chance that a second round pick reaches a Pro Bowl or goes to an all pro level. And I'm like pumped about that. And the other thing is when we did this in the second round, we picked up a running back and a linebacker, which is considered 4th, 5th round stuff, maybe a 3rd. And you remember the Detroit Lions did this in the first round. They took Jahmyr Gibbs and they took Jack Campbell. Guess where both those guys are? They're in the Pro Bowl as well. So we got a lot of value for those guys in the round. We hit on them, man. And Carson Schlesinger, I mean, I just love the guy. He's a walk-on. He kind of reminds me of Clay Matthews Jr. story, right? They're not the same player. I'm not getting at that, but they're both linebackers, or started as linebackers anyways. But in college, they had to walk on. They had to go through special teams, eventually start, and then they just killed it. And they were all Americans. And Quinshawn, you know his story, won the Natty, came over here. Everybody loves him. Both are just amazing picks, and I'm so glad that Barry stuffed my stocking with these two guys.
Yep, I'm glad he did too. Stacy, do you have yours, or do you want me to go real quick?
I think I have it.
Go.
I think I'm gonna have to say Isaiah Bond, and like finding him and the way that we did, I feel like it was kind of a steal. I think a lot of people were just thinking that just chalking him up to a loss, and then we just happened to kind of like snag him, which I feel like never usually happens for us. And obviously he seems like at least with Shedeur at quarterback, he could definitely be a good deep threat in the future.
Yeah, I like that one a lot. Justin, you got yours?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I'm going to sing a song for mine since we're in the spirit.
Oh, Brad, you better be listening, buddy.
Oh, don't start no Schmidt, won't be no Schmidt. So mine is going to be Andre Schmidt.
Yeah.
A guy that, we weren't sure what we were getting, and we kind of just went on trust heading into the season. And then after week 1, we were very not trusting. Andre Smith kind of worked out nicely for us.
Yeah.
He's been very, very, very dependable in a position where we have failed miserably for the most part. I believe he is 17 for 20 now on the year. And just for everything that the kid went through, leading up to the season, good story, good moment, like for him moving forward on this team. I think that they really have found a kicker.
We talked about that Sunday night a little bit, and we end up bringing him up every show, it seems like, because he comes out, whether it's 1 or 2 kicks, he makes them, extra points, he makes them.
Yep.
As long as we can handle the snap, of course, in the hold.
Right.
But, that's a whole other issue.
Other special team issue.
Yeah, that's not on him.
Just don't go signing him to this crazy long contract, all right? Worth a bunch of money.
Thank you. That
One year at a time, baby. One year at a time.
1 year at a time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, guys, I got to get back to work. I got some babies to feed, so
Okay.
We'll talk to you later.
Good talking to you, Stace.
Later.
All right, real
Happy
quick,
Christmas.
we'll get Colton up here next to play this game because we've only done 2 categories so far. You guys don't even know what the other 2 are yet. My stocking stuffer is going to be Aiden Huntington. Value player, small impact, low expectations, but I feel like it quietly works out. He comes in, he can play different roles, the fullback, the jumbo package type thing. He can kind of cycle in on the defensive line when we need a spell here and there. I don't know. I haven't really looked up his overall stats or snap count even for the season, but for a UDFA, I feel like you can do a lot worse than what the Browns did with Aiden Huntington. So I like that. Actually, before we go to our next categories, we'll just bring Colton up here and we'll start off with our other 2 categories. Colton, how you doing, buddy?
Hey, good guys. How's it going?
Good, man.
What's going on, brother? Happy holidays.
Hey, appreciate it. To you as well.
All right, Colton. I hope you have your answers ready for the first 2, but here's the 3rd category, so I'm going to put you on the spot. And if you don't have one yet, then we'll let Kenny take it from here. This one is called Lump of Coal. This shouldn't be too hard. Complete trash, an awful player, play, or moment that actively made things worse. The lump of coal. Do you have one?
Okay. So yeah, I think what I'll do for this one, I'll just kind of lump an entire position group into this, and just the special teams unit this year. It's cost us multiple games. I think Bubba Ventrone just has to go, along with the entire coaching staff. Is kind of on the ship that I'm sailing on, but I think week after week we're looking at things outside of Schmidt. I will say, Justin, things are just looking bad. I just keep replaying through my mind that field goal attempt on Sunday that would have tied it up, put us in overtime, and it just completely fell apart. There's nothing more Cleveland than that. So yeah, I'd probably say that the special teams position group, it would be the one that would be my lump of coal.
That's perfect, man. I don't think anybody's going to argue with you on that one. Kenny, do you have your lump of coal ready to go?
Yeah, I am not going to argue with Colton because it is my lump of coal as well. And it has to be especially against the Jets. I cannot believe I had to sit and watch a game and witness the punt return and a kickoff turn for a touchdown. It was awful. Sometimes I think this team is cursed just with returners. DeAndre Carter didn't work out. JoJo Natson didn't work out. The guy from Miami didn't work out that we signed. We get just lambasted with injuries on these premier returners that we get. And, I get Smith. We just didn't prep him enough for that game against the Bengals. We should have won it. We needed that. And, I can't even believe that we have a special teams return guy in the Pro Bowl. I can't believe it. And I love Grant Delpit, not taking anything away from him. He deserves what he did because I guess he's the best guy on special teams for us right now, based on his Pro Bowl nomination. But man, everybody else, yikes. When you do that bad on special teams, you are a young team and you have a lot of UDFAs. And that's what shows.
Absolutely. Justin, what is your lump of coal?
Well, based on, I was going to go on another direction, but Colton kind of steered me away. So I'm going to target an entire positional group as well. And I am going to blame, I hate to do this, but the offensive line.
Ooh,
they are the reason for every stinking problem that I feel like we are going through right now. Even on a progress level where we're even trying to figure out what we have going on as far as positional group players, skill players, we can't even get a gauge or an assessment because we can't hold a block or we don't even touch the guy that's free releasing through the line. It's frustrating. We don't know what we have with Shedeur. We can't even tell. Obviously, we all think that, QJ is amazing, but he can't do anything. And then, ultimately he's hurt now. It's just very frustrating for a group 3-4 years ago that was, a top tier positional group. They are awful.
They are awful. That is a great pick for lump of coal. I'm going to J-Dog in the chat. That's where I was going, man. Jerry Mother Judy, man. This guy sucks. Leading the league in drop passes, but man, does he ever do a hell of a flip into the end zone whenever he finally does catch a ball. Cocky son of a, you know what? The guy drives me nuts. He's got multiple dropped passes, deflected passes, whatever you want to call it, for interceptions this year. I almost went with the entire wide receiver unit as a whole. I could have gone with
me too.
Jerry Jeudy.
That was what I was going to go.
Yeah, Jeudy and Cedric Tillman both deflecting passes off their hands for interceptions in week 1. Like, that's a joke. But Jerry Jeudy, lump of coal, when it just the description said complete trash, I had to single him out because, man, the dude was the 6th leading receiver in the NFL last season. And this year it looks like he doesn't know how to play football. It's terrible. Yeah. I'm so sick and tired of Jerry Jeudy, man.
There's too many lumps of coal. And you know what? I heard Joe Thomas talk today, and I almost flipped mine to the O-line as well. And he said that, your tackles are responsible in the pocket for the depth, and your interior 3 are responsible for the width. The unfortunate part for the Browns is that, your depth is 0, your width is 0. 0 times 0 is a big old sack, and that's all we get. And a lot of pressure, man. It's not fun to watch.
A big old sack. Yeah, and it's a kick to a big old sack too, watching this offense try to play football. All right, Colton, it's time to unmute. You got the last category here, and this one should be easy as well, but this will be a little bit more positive. And then once we wrap up here, Brad wants to come up and play the game next. So this one is called Red Ryder BB Gun. The wow gift. The one player, the one that everyone remembers, the big player, the huge play, or the defining moment that exceeded expectations and made Christmas morning.
Oh my gosh. You're jogging my memory here because I feel like it's been so long ago since we saw anything good come out of Cleveland. I guess I'll go with just Myles Garrett in that Patriots game in the first half.
Oh, yeah.
Getting 5 sacks in that first half. That was just unbelievable to watch. So that was a lot of fun. And then I'd probably, for honorable mention, would say the Green Bay game. Upsetting them when they were coming in. They were, arguably Super Bowl favorites at that point. Coming in, I think everybody had counted us out. I can't remember what the odds were that week, but certainly not in our favor. So that week was super cool to see us get that victory when no one expected us to. So those are.
Did he cut out for you guys too?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry about that.
Oh, you're good.
But no, those are just the two that come to mind for me that were a lot of fun this year. So
That's great, man.
That's what I was thinking.
Appreciate you jumping up here and participating and hanging out with us. I hope you have a Merry Christmas. I'm going to move you to the audience so we can get our next participant up here, Mr. Brad Moneymaker. Brad, I think you got some competition here. Justin's trying to do your...
for Christmas is Kevin Stefanski fired. Kevin Stefanski fired. Please. 13 days, boys. 13 days.
Black Monday's coming, man.
What's going on?
Oh, my God.
I know,
Bradley.
man.
Dude, how are you doing, Justin, my dog?
What's up, baby?
Hell yeah. Oh,
All right,
my
Brad.
God.
Brad, you ready to play?
You know what? Yeah, let's play it.
Okay.
Wing it.
I cut you off.
Send it.
What were you going to say? What were you going to say?
Oh, no, nothing. I was just, these last two games feel like they're forever. But, you know, whatever.
Yeah, and they're AFC North Division games too, so you know this crap can go either way.
Yeah.
You just don't even know what to expect. But anyway, okay. Who's your re-giftable? I'll remind you, it's a player, a moment, or a play that looked good at first, but then you're ready to move on from it as soon as possible.
Look good, but want it. Okay. You know, and this will be hurtful, and some people might not agree with me. But you know what? You know who's disappointed me all year is Corey Bojorquez.
Okay, that fits. Go ahead and explain your reasoning here. The short punts.
It's because like, well, not even because of the fumble on Monday. That added to it,
Right.
but like. He just hasn't been planting his foot right. Like he hasn't been consistently planting the ball correctly. And I mean, maybe because he's had to punt way more often. Maybe that's why. But like, I don't know. Like he went from like Pro Bowl last year to I don't know. It's kind of like in the middle this year.
Okay. No, that's totally understandable. He's pulling a Dustin Hopkins a little bit, I think is what you're trying to say here. What about your stocking stuffer? Colton, I see. I'm sorry, man. I totally kicked you out of here before I got to let you do those first two categories, brother. I'm sorry. But all right, Brad, your stocking stuffer is a value player, moment, or a play with a small impact, low expectations, but it quietly worked out and did its job.
I'm going to say Devin Bush.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought about that one too, man.
Because my reasoning is because he was okay last year. Like this year, he's like stepped up a lot.
Yeah.
Like, and yeah, and he's like made a lot of big plays for us at times. So.
Yeah, no, he's been a consistent player. He looks like that. He looks like that first round caliber player that he was, and that the Steelers were hoping he was going to be. You know, until he got injured and everything. It just seems like he's finally back, and it's working out very well. I'd like to see the Browns get him back for maybe like a 2-year deal, some sort of extension to keep him here because I think we need him.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right,
So that's what I go with.
give us your lump of coal. Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, I thought Colton had a good one. He's got Tyson Campbell.
Yeah, Tyson Campbell's worked out real
Stocking
well.
stuffer. I mean, that guy gets in on a hit, man. He lays the lumber. I like that guy.
Yeah, upgrading from Greg Newsome to Tyson Campbell on a multi-year deal, I think that was a good move, and it's worked out pretty well for the Browns. Brad, who's your lump of coal? It's complete trash, an awful player, play, or moment that actively made things worse.
Deshaun Watson. I'm just kidding.
No, this is the 2025 edition.
I'm just going to go Dylan Gabriel.
Okay. Complete trash.
I mean, yeah, just Dylan Gabriel. Like, I've never seen, like, and we've had bad quarterbacks, right? I've just never seen a quarterback just like there's a player like that I could throw to in front of me and he just dirts the ball. Like, I've never seen it. Like, I was like, this is the guy you picked? Like, I'd seen DTR make longer passes and he sucks and he's like terrible. Like, that's just, yeah, I'm going Dylan Gabriel.
Okay, I like it. And then the last one is your Red Ryder BB gun. That is the wow gift. The one that everyone remembers, the big player, huge player defining moment that exceeded expectations and made Christmas morning awesome.
It's hard to say exceeding expectations because we kind of expected him to be amazing, but like Harold Fannin Jr.
Yep.
I mean,
Man,
but like it's hard to say exceeding because he was great at Bowling Green. It's like, I don't know. I mean, but to me, he's already beat the rookie tight end record already in receptions.
Brad, you're good. He has absolutely exceeded expectations. That is an absolute home run value pick for where we got that dude in the draft. He is a big part of the future of the Browns.
Oh yeah, and it's not the rookie
I didn't
type.
see him taking more receptions than David Njoku this year, and he's way ahead.
Yeah, Brad, the record is he's got the most receptions for any rookie pass catcher in Browns history. So,
there we go.
Yeah,
well, then,
tight ends, receivers.
That just shows you how terrible we've had of pass catchers.
Well, that's fair too, I guess. Okay, so I'm Brad. I'm just going to move you out real quick. I think we got through all four. We didn't even did we do our Red Ryder BB gun picks?
No, we did not.
I'm being a terrible host here, Justin. Why don't you do this one first?
I would love to. It's crazy. Colton stole mine. It was absolutely going to be the Green Bay game. I was at it. We went up there thinking there wasn't a chance in hell that the Browns would be even competitive in that game. And we hung around. I remember we almost left probably 3 times because it just felt like all hope was lost. We stuck it out. I remember just leaving and just kind of listening to Packers fans cry, and it was a gift that, was priceless.
Yeah.
Priceless gift.
I'm with you, man.
Definitely the Packers game.
Kenny, what about you?
My official Red Ryder carbine action 200 shot range model air rifle present was the Raiders game, but there's something specific about it, and it's not Shador. It was being present for 10 sacks in a game.
That's right.
You know how rare that happens? That doesn't happen very often.
Never.
And when I was looking at the Raiders, when they were in offense, every time I was looked at, it was like 3rd and 17, 3rd and 19. I was having flashbacks. Thought we were on offense. You know what I mean? I was like, who's got the ball here? But like, all kidding aside, like seeing that, I mean, the constant pressure, the winning the one-on-ones, linebackers and DBs doing what they needed to do to give that defensive line an opportunity to get what they needed to do to get that 10-sack game. But I mean, I went through EI for this because I was tight on time, but the record is 11 sacks, I believe, and that was Chicago Bears in 1984, and that was a historic defense in the entire NFL. There's 11 sacks in 1991 by the Eagles, and the Giants did it in 86. Then 10 sacks is tied between 6 teams. And so you're seeing it like every 5 years, maybe. From the 8 since the sacks were tallied as a count, as a stat, right? So that is my I just couldn't believe it. I was over the moon. It was the greatest Christmas present I ever opened, and I will always cherish being at that game, man.
That's awesome.
Yeah, good for you, bro. Mine usually is Mike Glennon throwing for 375 yards against us as a Christmas gift. Sorry. Oh, my fault. I didn't mean to bring down the Christmas spirit. Sorry. My fault.
I remember Mike Glennon.
Mike Glennon, baby.
Mike Glennon.
All right, go ahead. Sorry, Josh.
No, you're good. You're good. I was just going to make a joke about Kenny saying that he used EI, which must be extraordinary intelligence.
I didn't even want to say
EI. I used EI. I'm like, oh, cool. I usually use AI, but
technology.
It was my accent, guys. It was my accent. Come on.
Yeah, that's true. You're Canadian. It's my ears. I'm sorry down here in stupid America. This episode is sponsored by Bodden Sports. Browns fans, we have had Christmas decorated all over the place since November 1st. That's right. It is coming up very quickly, Christmas time. And the best thing you can do is get ahead of your gift giving list and go to boddensports.com/dogs, DAWGS, and check out everything they have to offer and use promo code DOGS to get 10% off your entire order. You could find some really nice Christmas gifts for the athletes in your life. Obviously, baseball season would be right around the corner in the spring. They've got training balls. They've got regular game baseball. basketballs, bats, baseball gloves, all sorts of basketballs and other gear, pumps, ball bags, gym bags, things like that for your basketball players. And then the gifts that I really like to give family members and people like that would be the backyard games. Get those for Christmas gifts because then they can hold on to those and break them out when the weather gets nice. And it's like that Christmas gift that didn't get used right away at Christmas, and they get to experience that joy again later in the year. Badminton, outdoor volleyball, bocce, horseshoes, kickball. They've got a knockout game set. And of course, pickleball, which I know I've been saying on here I need to learn how to play. I haven't yet, but I do plan to learn at some point, and I will be getting my first pickleball set from Baden Sports. So head over to badensports.com/dogs and get 10% off your entire order with promo code DAWGS, DAWGS, when you check out. That's Baden Sports, BADEN sports.com/dogs. Okay, my Red Ryder BB gun, it's Carson. It's Carson Swessinger. Yeah. Like, that is, what a gift. We talked about him earlier as like a value type thing. Dude, I mean, the guy is not just being a good rookie for us. He's going to be defensive rookie of the freaking year. He's currently, I believe, he's got the 5th most sacks in a single season in Cleveland Browns history as a rookie. And he's still got crazy. 2 games to go. He's got 14 sacks in each of the last 2 games. I think 7 straight with 10 plus. The guy's insane. I'm just, the future with some of these rookies looks really, really bright. And, you know, as bad as this team is and as hard as they are to watch, at least there are things that are exciting to watch and memorable and all that. So it does still make it somewhat worth it. Oh, yeah. And Caleb says, and Schwessinger's story to go along with it. Yeah, he was a walk-on at UCLA. Had to really fight for his opportunity there. And once he started getting on the field, they just couldn't take him off. He's too good. Okay, does anybody want to come up and give us your picks for these categories before we start to wrap things up? I didn't realize how late we were getting here. Devontae wants to come on up. All right.
Get Devontae to do his little question today.
Yeah.
You gonna do your stuff there, Devontae?
Hey, fellas, can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
What's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on? And I just want to give a disclaimer out. I am on dad duty right now, so you might hear a baby like screeching or coughing in the background. Just saying.
I got him too. Don't worry.
Yep.
So what were there? I'll knock out the 4 questions, and then Kenny, I'll definitely get to my point that I made in the Discord chat. So what were the 4 questions?
The first one is the re-giftable, the player, moment, or play that looked good at first, but then you're ready to move on from it as soon as possible.
Only because it's been so up and down. I've battled with this one so much. Jerry Jeudy. It looked like, I mean, and everybody knows about the Bama wide receiver room is comparable with Ohio State. Jerry Jeudy in that class, I think it was a year before he came out, he won the Biletnikoff Award. That's usually going to the best wide receiver, and those wide receivers typically have good, decent careers. Denver, okay, he had Drew Lock as his quarterback. He had Russell Wilson as a quarterback, and Russell Wilson couldn't see the side of a barn if he was standing next to it. So yeah, it's Jerry Jeudy for me. Jeudy for me.
Jerry Jeudy for the regiftable. Now, how about your stocking stuffer? That would be a value player, moment, or a play with small impact, low expectations, but it quietly worked out and did its job.
I gotta go ahead and bring it up. I want to say it was the Titans game. It was the second to last score, end zone, shotgun. Shador gets pressured up the middle, breaks the tackle, runs up the middle for the touchdown, brings us closer to the game. We all know how it ended, but that was my stocking stuffer. It was something we didn't expect, and I'll toss this one in there too. The pass to Fannin to tie the game. That right there. I don't care what you think about him. I don't care what you think about any of that. We haven't seen that pass since 2023 Joe Flacco. Now, you can debate me on try to find something better than that.
No, but both his passes to the tight ends, to David Njoku and to Harold Finn in that game were fantastic throws.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the next one is your lump of coal, complete trash, an awful player moment that actively made things worse.
Cam Robinson.
Okay.
I just got to say Cam Robinson.
No.
I don't even want to go into it.
No.
And it's his buddy on the other side of the line, Leviston. Every game, I could count for at least 3 holding penalties and a false start.
Yep, it's not great. It is definitely not great. And to kind of piggyback on what you brought up about the Titans game made me think of another lump of coal. Going for 2 when you didn't need to. And it actively made things worse.
Man.
We lost the freaking game because of that. Dumb freaking
I can't believe I didn't think of that one. That one pissed me off, man.
Can I add in one more thing into the lump of coal?
Sure.
That's bothered us all year because it's all we talk about is what we're going to talk about up in April. The handling of the quarterback room.
Yeah.
I've never seen a team go get a quarterback, trade for another quarterback who's below average and Kenny Pickett, then go draft a quarterback that nobody thought would do anything in Dylan Gabriel, and then go get another quarterback and then say, oh, it's an open competition. And all throughout training camp, the quarterback who's the last selection is better than everybody else. We know what Joe Flacco can do, but he's an old man. We don't expect him to do much. And then Shador gets out there and he looks like exactly what he looked like in training camp, despite all the ups and downs. So, yeah, Kevin Stefanski. I'm going to toss him in there, the handling of the quarterback situation.
Yep, I think Kenny's lump of coal is his cat right now crawling over his keyboard.
Yeah, I have no idea why that cat wants to jump up every time I'm talking on the Discord. It's bizarre.
It's the Dogs podcast, okay? I'm sorry. You are a cat. You're not welcome.
Get out of here, you bingle.
All right, and then Devontae, the last one here is your Red Ryder BB gun. It's called the Wow Gift, the one that everybody remembers, the big player, huge player, defining moment that exceeded expectations and made Christmas morning awesome.
I want to do it because we kind of see how important he is now that he's no longer on the D line. Malik Collins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
He had an impact. Everybody said he was a good signing. He was on a very good trajectory this year before his injury, and he freed up, as we can see, a lot for Miles. And the middle of the defensive line doesn't look like the party of the Red Sea every running play. So, yeah, Malik Collins, but if I had to go one, I would say Carson. Because I remember my reaction on draft. I don't think I was watching with you guys. I was actually getting food for my wife and I. And I was at the barbecue place and I said, who the hell is Carson Schwischen? What? How do you even say his name? We all know his name now.
Oh, yeah.
We all know his name now. So, Carson, if you ever see this, I apologize, good sir. I was not familiar with your game. I apologize.
I would have to add to yours is that I got his autograph at training camp, and that was like that was a huge Christmas present. That was the Red Ryder BB gun for me too, as well. Just a selfish one.
Oh yeah, because now you got the D-Roy, got the D-Roy's autograph before he was ever anybody that the common fans knew his name. All right, Devontae, you've got something else that you want to bring up here. So what's going on, man?
Yeah, it was for me. I'm looking at all the different quarterbacks. It really sparked my mind when I was watching a video. Peyton Manning and Kirk Cousins going over the QBR rating for years. I didn't know that it was even a thing back when Dan Marino and Joe Montana played, but I wasn't born then. But I looked at, for me, when quarterbacks really started saying, okay, coming to the league, expected to be amazing. For me, it started with Andrew Luck. He came in, number one pick, best thing since John Elway, brain of a million scientists, knows how to pick apart a defense, yada, yada, yada. And then him and RG3 having that year where they both showed, they're rookies, but they're playing at an excellent level. Since then, we've had quarterbacks that have been overdrafted, quarterbacks have been underdrafted, however you want to phrase it. But to me, I want to know what your guys' thoughts are, and we discussed it in the Discord. But when did it turn from, hey, let's let them sit, i.e. Patrick Mahomes, Lamar, granted they had perennial Pro Bowlers in front of them, let him get used to the game, get a feel for how to be a professional, all that good jazz, compared to what we've seen over the past 20 years, jump in and start right away, and after 2 games are ready to crucify you. Because my biggest point that I always have, Peyton Manning threw 28 interceptions and broke a 56-year record of interceptions. I think that might have been broken recently in the past 10, 15 years, I'm not sure. But if Peyton Manning was to do that today, he would be considered a bust. And I know there were people saying he was a bust back then. But to see what he later became just that next year, I want it to be to a point of, if you're a fan of the team, let the quarterback grow. we all know that Shedeur more than likely is going to be on the roster next year. Dylan Gabriel is going to be on the roster next year. Deshaun Watson might be on the roster next year. Go with Shedeur Sanders. There's no point to go back to Gabriel. You see what he could be. Unless he just grows 6 inches and gets a stronger arm. But I want to know you guys' thoughts on when did it become a thing of just saying, hey, put him in there. If he fails after 1 year, he fails, and we're going to go ahead and move to a quarterback, because it's almost like they're chewing up the quarterbacks and spitting them out after 2 years, a year, and this isn't, to me, that hurts a quarterback's development more than anything. So that's my point.
Yep. Kenny, you want to take this one? Or no, Justin, you go ahead, man. If you got something, go for it.
No, just to touch on that. I mean, even Josh Allen, his first year where he was playing, he was awful. If you're short fuse, maybe Josh Allen doesn't happen. You know what I mean? But I think it comes down to team philosophy and almost coaching philosophy. Are you able to sit a player as far as a quarterback? Are you able to sit a quarterback for a season? Are you in more of a pinch? And then it comes down to the player individually. There's been drafts recently, I think, of, Caleb Williams and Jaden Daniels and Drake May, guys that are ready to come in and immediately start and make an impact on your team. They've been kind of the right end. You have Trevor Lawrence right in. If you're a number 1 pick, you're probably going to be starting day one, just due to the situation of the team. But that's what I think it comes down to. And the Cleveland Browns are very, very guilty of maybe 2 things: throwing a quarterback into a situation too early before they're ready, or just forcing them into it and then pulling them out, before, prematurely, on whether they're even maybe not completely done, as far as their career. I've seen it a million times over in Cleveland, over 40 times since 99. We've done it over and over and over. We've never been able to just sit and let a guy learn. We've never done that.
Well, and Justin, real quick before you go, Kenny, you said, there's 2 things that I'll put a third thing that they're guilty of along with that.
Yeah.
And it's just picking the wrong quarterback to begin with. It's an evaluation process. I mean, we picked Brandon Weeden.
Cody Kessler.
Cody Kessler, obviously when you're picking guys in the 3rd, 4th, 5th rounds or whatever, the chances aren't great they're going to be anything. But even our first round picks haven't panned out. And it's a people in charge type of thing. Our organization has historically been run by morons. I mean, we got terrible GMs, terrible head coaches. Our talent evaluation is bad. Our ownership is terrible. And it leads to getting the wrong people in here and then doing what Justin just said, putting them in too soon, pulling them out too early, not giving them a fair shake, giving them too much time. We can't seem to get.
Yeah, maybe not getting off of them.
Yeah. It's, we traded for Deshaun Watson.
Right.
And that you look how these things, the decision making that goes into these things, and it's just a whole recipe of bad for the people in charge in Cleveland. Kenny, what's your thoughts on this?
Yeah, I mean, Andrew Luck and RG3 and these guys, they had weapons. They had a decent offensive line, and you're drafting these guys, and I'm not saying they're good picks. I mean, even we drafted guys like Brady Quinn and Johnny Manziel that were plummeting down the draft boards, but we don't have anybody to draft to. You're throwing Shedeur in. He was the 37th rated overall player, I think, by ESPN when I was comparing the 2 quarterbacks, and he was the number 2 on most people's board, maybe the 1 on some people's board. But anybody, last year's draft as well, put any one of these guys behind this offensive line right now. Yeah. What's going to happen? The same crap, right? Yeah. They're going to throw the same receivers. I can't think of it like a great receiver that we have. And you got to look at our record books. You had a guy like Amari Cooper come in. He had to break Webster Slaughter's record. Webster Slaughter played in the 80s, man. You know what I mean? And if you don't have a receiver, like an alpha receiver to get you that first down, you're making your life complicated, because we have had the line. We've had mediocre quarterbacks behind them. And I'm talking about 214 to 217. Does that sound about right? And we won maybe 8 games in that time span because we were throwing to Miles Money Austin or Austin Miles, I think his name was.
Oh,
we were
yeah.
throwing to guys that were past their careers and they couldn't get open. Like, man, I love Josh Cribbs, but there's no way that guy should be your first look on a read, right? Should be more of like a fourth receiver, and a returner, which he was great at. And we had Braylon Edwards, but he couldn't keep his head on straight, and then he demanded himself out of Cleveland. And we've had some great tight ends here and there, but I just Nathan Zagura, he works for the Cleveland Browns, and he says it all the time: weapons, weapons, weapons. And what don't the Browns draft? They don't draft weapons. We got Harold Fannin, yes, but get yourself a Jamar Chase, get yourself a Justin Jefferson. That'll make your life way, way easier, I think.
Yeah, unless you're JJ McCarthy. But anyway,
I knew you were going to say that. As soon as it came off my tongue, it's like, someone's going to get me on
it doesn't help everybody, but for the most part, it does. I think the long answer here from everybody, Devontae, is it's complicated. Man, like there's a reason why it's the most important position in sports, and there's a reason why teams are struggling to get it right every single year. It's just tough, man. You got to have the right person at the position. You got to have the right player at quarterback. You got to have them with the right coach and the right offense or the right team system with the right belief and supporting cast. And oh my gosh, and then you get a terrible defense on the other side. Then it's tough. It really is. Some guys come like I think Justin said, or maybe you made it like Alex Smith. You can sit a year behind Alex Smith when you're Patrick Mahomes in Kansas City. When you're Shedeur Sanders in the 5th round, you can't sit a whole year behind Dylan Gabriel because he's not going to last a whole year. And I think this whole thing kind of points to why what Shedeur Sanders has done so far, in my opinion, is impressive for what he's got nothing to work with. He's got the coaching staff is bad. We've seen that over the years now. The ownership is and they always meddle and everything. The roster building and management is horrible. Some of the worst in the league, especially on the offensive side of the ball. He's got no weapons, no offensive line, and yet he's still showing that he can play in this league as a rookie. So I don't know, man. It's complicated for sure.
It's definitely complicated, and I just like posing questions like this because we see so many other. Perfect example is Detroit. Detroit and us were pretty much cousins who had the worst team for years. They had one of the best running backs and arguably one of the greatest wide receivers to ever play, and didn't even sniff a conference championship. So now you look at them. Granted, this year they're kind of falling off a little bit, but you're going to get a tough game every time. And like you said, Josh, it's all upper management. For me, I think somebody put it in the chat earlier as far as who would you want to see as a head coach, just kind of jumping in this a little tiny bit. I just need somebody that's going to hold people accountable and somebody brings fire to the team. Because I like a guy with passion and fire. I can't have a CEO, board member up there. I need somebody that's, hey, if you screw up, I'm going to get in your face. If you make a good play, I'm going to congratulate you. But if you mess up, you're going to hear from me. Mm-hmm. That's just me. That's just how I am. Everybody, likes a different ice cream flavor. That's just me. But, I appreciate the answer. Hopefully we can just be patient with this quarterback, or if they don't like Shedeur or whoever we bring in, is just patient with the next quarterback and builds the team aspect of it. So I appreciate it, guys.
Absolutely, man. I hope you have a Merry Christmas. Was that you, Justin? Were you about to say something?
No, I said Merry Christmas.
Okay. Yeah, Merry Christmas. One last thing here that I wanted to mention with Shedeur Sanders. These last 2 games are going to be, at least for me, and this is how I'm choosing to look at this, if Shedeur Sanders wants as big of an opportunity as he can get, he always talks about, well, I control what I can control, and then I don't worry about what I can't control. If he goes out and somehow leads the Browns to 2 victories, or even just one, maybe even just one victory over these last 2 games, he is giving himself a much better chance of being the 2026 starting quarterback for the Browns, because you're going to push us out of the range to organically draft your replacement. So I want to see what if you want the long-term job here, or at least the 2026 job here, that prospect, go out and win a game. I know it's tough. You got a bad defense now. You got a bad offense around you. The cards are stacked, the deck's stacked against you. It really is. But let's see if you can do it.
If you want to be the starter, beat the Steelers, beat the Bengals. If you go 0-6 in the division, the coach shouldn't be here anymore. You got to win division games.
Yeah, for sure. Justin, any last thoughts before we get out of here?
Nope. I just want to wish everybody a great holiday. Be safe. Don't do anything too crazy. And if you're going to the Browns game, it's my nephew's birthday. We're going to go up, and he'll probably never be a Browns fan ever again. So it's going to be a great time.
Bundle up, man. It was freezing there on 2 days ago, man. That was a rough game. It was cold.
Yeah. Well, Justin, I hope you guys have a great time up there. Everybody have a great Christmas. Like Justin said, we'll see you guys Sunday night, obviously on the reaction show after the Steelers game, and we'll talk about everything there. If you want to get some updates throughout the week, just make sure you're following us on the social medias at the Dogs Podcast is the handle everywhere that you can social media. We're there. And again, if you want to be part of these Dawg Pack Discord episodes in the future, join thedogs.com. Become an official Dawg Pack member on the Patreon page. Sync up with the Discord. Hang out with all of these fine, awesome, diehard Browns fans. Some great conversations like we just had with Devontae. That stuff is going on in there all week long, all the time. It's a wonderful place to be, and it's going to be a very interesting few months leading up to April for sure. So get in there. Can't wait to meet you guys and hang out. Merry Christmas, everybody. We will see you on Sunday night. Go Browns, beat the Steelers. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Go Brownies. Merry Christmas.
Thanks for listening to another episode of the Dogs Podcast. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and follow us on Twitter at the Dogs Podcast. Get your thoughts on the show at thedogspodcast.com.
This episode is sponsored by Kalshi. Browns fans, are you ready to put your money where your predictions are? With Kalshi, America's #1 regulated prediction market, you can legally trade on events that actually matter to you. And the best part is you don't need to predict specific stat lines and compile a 7-leg parlay just to win big. With Kalshi, the objective is either yes or no. Will the Browns win their game this week? Will Quinshon Judkins score a touchdown? Will Carson Schlesinger win Defensive Rookie of the Year? You can put your money on these predictions and more with Kalshi. If you want to try it out, all you have to do is sign up at kalshi.com/dogs. That's KALSHI.com/dogs, DAWGS, and trade $100. Get away from disadvantageous sportsbooks and dive into real-world outcomes with real-time odds and real payouts. Head over to kalshi.com/dogs or click the link in the description to get $20 when you trade $100 with Kalshi. Because why shouldn't you get paid for being right?